this is pretty much where we left off in yesterday's episode. And I think the best way to be able to get these pieces on is to have the part laying on its side again. It won't be perfectly flat, but it'll help. And that way when we put the piece on, it's going to want to stay there. Now there are little pegs on the inside of that, have to go in little holes here. This is actually the first time I tried it. I have found though that with almost everything with this Trumpeter kit, stuff fits like it's supposed to. Okay. There. Yes, I put a little bit too much on. Okay, I would assume the other one is going to fit too. We'll just check and make sure. Yep, it's going to be alright.
I have just watched the next few minutes of this video, and I am so disgusted with myself. I cannot believe that I just kept trying to use that CA adapter to apply the glue. I just made a terrible mess here. I'm kind of embarrassed about it. Once again, I don't know why I'm bothering to show it, but you know, as I've said before, I show it as it happens. I show it tell it like it is. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of ugly here. And yeah, if you're an experienced modeler, you're going to be so frustrated because you know that I could do it differently. And we'll be talking about that. We'll be going back to the way we did the Bismarck. When we're applying small pieces on the Bismarck worked a lot better doing it a different way. Yeah, we're going to go back to the old way. This applicator has its place, but this isn't it.
Oh. Come on. Oh. It doesn't look right. I am going to have so much painting to do on this one. Why is this not going? Okay, there we got it. Yeah, that was terrible. You know, as I said to one of the viewers in comment yesterday, you know, giving a kit like this to somebody of my capabilities is sort of like casting pearls before swine. There, I think once that's dry, at least the CA glue won't be glinting through. I didn't realize that it kind of got on the other side too. I think this side here is okay. I'm just going to leave it alone. That is everything now on step 9. I don't think we missed anything. And step 10 here, they want us to put this piece down on here, but we aren't ready yet. I've got to go around and paint all the places where the airbrush did not get along the sides. And may as well do that now. Won't take long. And I'm kind of wondering, do I have to glue this on here right now? I know this is a different color and it kind of looks funny. This looks as a sort of a greeny gray, and this is a gray, and but I will be probably painting this. Although somebody was saying that that this deck might, I think he said this deck here, it might be sort of a linoleum, sort of a brown. I better check into that. You know, we've got a color chart. Let's take a little look at it. I've tried to adjust the exposure so that you could see that this is a very dark gray, like this part right here is this right here. This part right here, I mean, is this part right here. Why does it look different? Oh no, that's because it looks different because there's obviously a lot of pieces put on it. Okay, but right here is the same color as right here. So right here should be the same color as right here. Now, it could be that this is wrong. And the guy that said that you use that linoleum, I forget the name of it, it could be that some of this other decking was that color at one time. But I'm just going to go with the dark gray, the same as right here. You know, that could actually be painted anytime. But I am not going to glue this piece down onto this piece because it'll be a lot easier to mount all this other stuff, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that gets mounted on here yet, and it'll be a lot easier if it's not attached. I don't see any reason why we can't glue this piece on towards the end. It doesn't have to be glued down right now, as far as I know. Now, a few minutes ago, when I was sitting here at the model table before I went down and got this thing, I was trying to think, where could I hang it? And I noticed that there was a screw in the plywood here, and I think, if I'm careful and don't knock anything over, yeah, I think that'll catch my eye. Not that I'm going to be looking at it every 5 minutes. Okay. The work I did on this, that was terrible. I'm embarrassed about that. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know why I'm showing it, but I did. Okay. I'm sure that a lot of you will remember when we were doing the Bismarck, I was cutting ends off of the pipettes and saving them. And then I made up a little adapter, or made up a little applicator rather, out of a needle. And then I would put the CA medium or whatever I was going to use into this, dip it in, and then I could carefully apply it to the spot, and micro apply just the right amount in just the right place. Yeah. Okay, step 9 is done. And step 10 we had decided we weren't going to do because it'll be a lot easier to work on this part if it's separate. That means we are officially on step 11. Now, step 11 wants us to glue little parts on our deck here. I guess it'd be the other way around. Anyway, these ones here, the photo etch 11s, they were the hatch davits, I think they're called, or somebody called them hatch davits. We're not going to glue them on now either, so they're going to have to wait. However, before we can glue anything on, we're going to want to be painting the top here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that now. I've been sort of putting it off, probably because I don't like painting very much, or maybe I should say I don't enjoy it as much as doing some other stuff. Yeah, and also the ladders. The ladders can't be put on until this is actually fastened down in the hull. Well, we'll see how it goes. Now somebody was noticing that right here, when I glued this part into place there, that I think the plastic had oozed its way out, and I thought maybe that was flashing that I didn't remove from this part here, but now that I look at it closely, I think it's probably plastic that oozed its way out, and I didn't notice that. And of course now it's all painted over, so what do? Sand that down and repaint, or just sort of maybe accept the fact that in all likelihood it's not going to be seen anyway? Well, I'll think about it. There is the possibility there will not be an episode today. Right after I finished shooting that last scene, we had a power failure. All is dark at the model table, and the computer won't work. So, yeah, no computer, no upload. Fingers crossed. It's amazing how dependent you can become on the power. You take so much for granted. Like just a moment ago, I thought I'll just warm my coffee up in the microwave. Funny little things like that. I got the light coming through the window, but it's not really bright enough that I can comfortably do any painting or anything here. So I'm just going to wait. A few minutes ago I went and I used my laptop to quickly put a message onto YouTube to let you know that there wasn't going to be or there might not be an episode today. But I've noticed my lights, like the power, flash on for just a fraction of a second, and then that was it. So obviously they're trying to restore the power in the area. I don't know how widespread it is. It's probably not all of Winnipeg. Anyway, we'll just see how things go here. Can't have an episode every day. We've had an episode almost every day, though, for 2 years? Okay, we're just going to have to wait. Well, obviously, our power is back on. Came on, I'm guessing about 10 minutes ago now. Maybe not quite. Anyway, what I got to do now is try and carefully paint the areas that were not covered by the. Well, you know what? This is way too diluted. This is the paint that we used for the in the airbrush. I'm going to have to get the undiluted. Yeah, this isn't going to work out. Anyway, nice to have our power back. Now I can warm my coffee. Okay, we've got a brand new jar here. I just shook it up. It's not diluted at all. You know, I'm noticing sometimes when I take the lids off of some of these that it's a little bit, you might say, thick, right where the cap's sealed there, and I'm just sort of wondering, did maybe this stuff freeze or something? Anyway, we'll start again. Now, very gently here, because I don't want it to run down on the sides. Oh yeah, that's going on a lot better. Mind you, it is a second coat. That first coat, you know, it acted like a primer almost. I'm going to try not to get it on the sides because there will definitely be a noticeable difference. But you can see where the overspray from the deck tan went down. Now this part you can't see, but I can see it. Usually I complain about my fridge running, but right now I don't mind. It's a good sign. Okay, how about right in here? Now, places like right there where that porthole is, it's a little bit on the, you might say, pale side, but I think I'm just going to leave that so it contrasts. Now here's a spot, might be kind of hard to do. There's a little tiny bit of a ledge right there, and I'm afraid if I try to, you know, I want to get rid of the deck tan that's showing, but on the other hand, I don't want it to. Yeah, it might be all right. Okay, now we got 4 little portholes there. Guess those aren't portholes, those are windows. Now I do have to keep an eye on the clock here because we lost about 2 hours because of our power failure, so come on here. See if I get rid of that. I think I'm going to have to be moving everything around here at a different angle. The angle's really bad for me. Just try and get rid of that plastic look. dries, it'll be okay. And this one down here doesn't really show up too much. Get a little bit on there maybe. Alright, I think we're just about ready to move over and do the long part along the side. Okay, now this part right here, I guess is part of what you might call a gun tub or something like that. Well, this is more of a gun tub. But anyway, along here you can see where I didn't spray heavy enough. Now, naturally it's not going to get in right here because the spray was coming from this way. Anyway, I think I'm going to just paint that whole thing. And I know it's going to be different, but at least it won't, the plastic won't show through. Hopefully now when this dries, everything's going to sort of blend. Just a little bit on the top here because you can't see it, but it's very plasticky there. For some reason this isn't covering real well. It's almost like there's a droplet of oil or something on it. Oh, there it's going now. Okay, I believe well enough along there. Okay, now I'm just going to lower this down and just paint all along the top edge there. I think my brush is starting to need to be cleaned out here. Now, I don't know, maybe I should not have painted that the gray, the lighter gray. I should have left it the darker gray. Yeah. We'll see how it looks after it's dry. Okay, what I find sometimes with this Tamiya paint is that when you try to go over it again, if it hasn't completely cured, it kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't, it sort of balls up, and for lack of a better word, your second coat scrapes off the first coat. Anyway, how are we doing on this? Is there any other little places that, you know, you can see the plastic glinting through? I don't think so. I think we pretty much got it here. Okay, I'm going to do the other side the same way. But you know, I gotta cut this video off, folks. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I just got a delivery. I think the drill press was here.
Yeah, just as I was saying, I gotta cut this video off, folks. I heard there's sort of a thunk outside, and I sort of put it down to, well, the wind is blowing my garbage container up against the side of the house, because it's right there beside me. Anyway, yeah, we got a delivery. So we're gonna have a box opening, but it won't be until tomorrow's episode. So, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.